Hey everyone, this is Sal from Geek.com. I'm here with the Lenovo ThinkPad X200. As you probably know, this is the 12-inch ultra portable ThinkPad. The X series has been around for a long time, and this model replaces the X200, which was released I think in late 2008. So as far as the chassis goes, this is essentially the same 12-inch ThinkPad that we saw in the X200 and then the the X61 and all those. But this model gets some improvements to the hardware inside. As far as the chassis itself, it's largely unchanged. If it had been changed, we would have seen the model number go from the X200 to the X210, like we saw the T400 go to the T410. Rather, the X200 went to the X201. So the big change to the exterior hardware is right here we have the option for a trackpad. This is new to the 12-inch ThinkPads. Previously, you only had the pointing stick or the track stick, whatever you want to call it, and now we have this trackpad. It's on the small side, but it is there, which is nice. It's about I think it's a $20 or $30 option, and then you also have the choice for the fingerprint reader too. So let's do a brief look at the outside, even though everyone is probably pretty familiar with it. Matte black. This is the classic ThinkPad, no edge here or anything like that. So on the thin side, not super skinny, but not bad. Port-wise, we have the standard 20-volt ThinkPad power adapter. Then we have USB, VGA, Ethernet, USB. That's the always-on USB. It's yellow, as you can tell. There's our wireless on-off switch. This is express card reader. Alternatively, you can get a smart card reader there if you need that for work. Then we have this is a latch for the lid. There's a card reader. The third USB slot, mic and headphone jacks, modem. Yes, it's still there. Kensington lock port. This is this is how you get to the hard drive. It's one screw. Pull it out really easy. Nothing much on the back. The one thing I do want to point out with this is this VGA port. This is the only video out, so that means this computer has no digital video out. Some of the competitors are putting out DisplayPort and HDMI ports, which are nice to see, but I guess there's only room for this one on this chassis, and they went with the VGA because business users kind of need that. Anyway, yeah, it's okay. It's not that big a deal because if you get the port replicator, that has DisplayPort on it. Or maybe it's HDMI. No, it is DisplayPort. So, opening the system up, we see that same ThinkPad keyboard as always. It's fantastic, just like normal. Some people say it's changed, but it's, in my opinion, as good as ever. Not much else is different in here. The display, I know everyone talks about the display, or asks about, I talk about the display. It's okay. It's not fantastic. I think, it's definitely a lot of room for improvement, but it hasn't fallen off dramatically, and it's still acceptable. Looks like my battery's dead. Anyway, talking about the battery. This is the 57 watt hour. It's a pretty reasonable size. It doesn't really extend out of the system. The alternative to that is the larger, here it is, I lost it on my desk. This is the 9-cell. This is the 84 watt hour. And this one does extend out of the system. You see it bumps out about an inch there. It gives you something to grip. You could hold the computer by this. It's definitely designed for that, but it adds about half a pound of weight and that much to the back. As far as the internal components go, we'll have to go over this quickly. which there's a fair bit of options with this computer. This is the first model to offer a full power processor. So that's the Core i5, either the 520M or the 540M. So those are really nice options. They're reasonably priced and they're a lot of power. They're going to hit you on the battery side, but if you really need the battery life, then you can get the Core i7 640LM, which is a low voltage processor. Drops you from a 35 watt TDP down to 25 watt. So you're going to lose some power, but you're going to gain battery life. With that, plus the 9 cell, if you get the X201S, which is the lighter version, I think your battery life could be past the 10-hour mark, like something like 10.5 hours. As it is now with the Core i5, you could definitely squeeze out like 7 or 8 around there. So this thing is strong on the battery side. Anyway, that was the processor. We also have Intel HD graphics. Then you have a number of hard drive options ranging from 160 gigabytes up to I forget what it goes up to, but this is the 320 model. There's also a couple SSD options. And past that, you have your standard assortment of wireless and integrated mobile broadband and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that about covers it. Check out Geek.com. I put up some thoughts, and I got more into the display options and what's available, and then some talk about the X201S, which is the lightweight version. It has the low voltage processor. It switches the lid from a magnesium to carbon fiber, and there's a couple other changes. Anyway, so like I said, check out Geek.com for more coverage and my thoughts in an informal and fun article. This is Sal Kingeloso with the ThinkPad X201. Thanks for watching.